All right, so we got 3 more to go. Let's keep it moving. Nigel Dawes is only owned in 2% of leagues. He's another guy that's shown a lot of chemistry with his new line mates. Damon Lankow and Rene Bourque, they've all been producing pretty well. So this former big-time junior scorer looks like a pretty good pickup, I think.
Yeah, I like Dawes a lot, but I'm not big fans of his second-line mates Lankow and Bourque. Well, I like Bourque, but Lankow I'm not a big fan of. So.
Yeah, he's also got a big minus and -8 too, so that's pretty ugly. All right, next up, Artem Anisimov. You got to own him just because his name is pretty cool. But he's also been doing pretty well in Broadway. He's got 4 points in his first 6 games, including 3 points in the last 2. He's only owned in 2% of leagues too, so he should be pretty much available.
Yeah, he's a good prospect. I like this kid, but he's playing on the third line in New York right now, and I don't see him seeing big minutes this year, so I'd probably avoid him now.
All right, so hopefully some of those guys, either me or Cam, convince you to either pick up or not pick up, and they'll help your league out. But there's probably one position that all of us in fantasy leagues care more about than anything else, and that's the goaltenders. So there's a couple of really interesting goalie battles going on right now. Why don't we take a stroll through the league and talk about what's happening there, Cam?
Yeah, let's do it, man. There's some juicy ones out there.
All right, let's start off with one of the craziest ones. Last night, Huet let in 3 goals on 5 shots for the Hawks, and Ante Niemi came in. It let in a couple shaky goals, but then shut the door down, and the Hawks came back and won.
Yeah, I'm not a big Huet fan, so I'm going for whoever his backup is pretty much all the time. So, but I don't know if Niemi's good enough to really take this job and run with it. But Niemi might be a good short-term pickup.
So do you think Huet is going to be able to hang on the job in the long term?
No, I think it'll be a platoon.
So 50%, even for a guy that you're picking up off the waiver wire right now, 50% of the starts on one of the top teams in the league is a pretty good return, I'd say.
It is. It's good value, yeah.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Maybe for the comedy portion of the show, let's talk about the Toronto situation.
Ouch.
Ugly. All over the place.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, I mean, I think Gustafson's the guy you want there long term. He's got the most upside, and he's looked pretty good so far. But short term, yeah, I mean, just avoid them and everybody in general. I mean, Toskala and even Joey McDonald will probably see some time.
Do you think Toskala might be on the Bruins payroll?
So they can get the number 1 overall pick?
Yeah, they want to get Taylor Hall. Nashville, P.K. Reen, who looked like he had a very strong hold on the number 1 job at the beginning of the season, is not looking so good right now. He had a bad game yesterday as well, and Ellis came in, didn't play great, but he definitely played better than what Reen did.
Yeah, I was thinking heading into today that Rene was the guy that was going to take it, but that game didn't help very much. I think long term he's still the best bet out of those two. It sounds like they'll probably split a lot of time, and Barry Trotz always goes with the hot guy. But if I had to pick one or the other, I'd pick Rene.
Yeah, I agree. But you have to have a real high tolerance for stress, though, if you're picking a goalie on one of Barry Trotz's team, like you mentioned. So I wouldn't be too comfortable if I owned either of those guys. All right, let's move over to Boston, where we've got Tim Thomas, who's really struggling to begin the year, and the young Tuukka Rask has been playing all right. He's played 2 games in a row. Yeah,
Rask played 2 games in a row. It's kind of surprising. So good for him. And Thomas better watch himself because Rask is one of the best prospects in the league. So he could be stealing some starts away from Thomas right now.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that just a year ago, Thomas wasn't the number 1 in Boston. Him and Manny Fernandez were going into the year as a job share, and obviously the end of the year, the story was different. But it's not like he's been a rock solid start for his career.
Yeah, I agree. So and the fact that Rask, he's very highly touted and he's looked very good in the AHL the last couple of years. So I mean, if you're a Thomas owner, then you might want to grab Rask just as insurance. I mean, it's worth it.
Definitely. All right, last one, Anaheim. We got Jonas Hiller and J.S. Shiger. 2 goalies who've actually been doing pretty well to start the year, but they've pretty much been splitting every game as well, which is pretty frustrating for a fantasy owner. Anybody going to win this job, Cam?
I'd have to go with Hiller probably. I mean, I think they're going to be splitting time. I think most of the season, but long term, I think Hiller's the guy.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Jay. Well, that was pretty good for number 2.
Yep, second one in the books. Feel good?
It was pretty good, man.
Are you happy with that?
Well, yeah, sure. I have low standards.
There you go. All right, well, we'll see you for episode number 3.
All right, man. Cheers.
All right, see you, Cam.
Bye.